If you just went through a breakup and you think that you cannot survive without this man, or if you're in a relationship with somebody that you know maybe isn't the best person, but you feel like you're gonna be lost without them and don't know what you're gonna do, well, this video is for you. Okay, so a little bit of a story time. I have been in 3 relationships, one for 4 years, which was like a little kid relationship, middle school to high school, a 1-year relationship that was very toxic for me, and then I jumped right into a 5-year relationship right when I got to college, and I basically centered my entire life around this guy. Like, we were connected to the hip right when I got there. I believe we started dating like a month after I arrived at the college. He was there the year before me. He played basketball there, and then I went there on soccer scholarship. And this was in a really small town in Arizona, and so there was nothing to do. So we literally were with each other all the time. I moved into his dorm room very quickly. We were with each other constantly, and very quickly this guy became the center of my entire world. And mind you, I hadn't really been alone or let myself heal for, the previous like 6 years from middle school, from when I first started dating. So I just want to say that entire 5 years, I was such a clingy person. Fast forward like 1 to 2 years into our relationship, I ended up following him to Texas because he got a full-ride scholarship to a university in Texas, and unfortunately this school did not have soccer. So yes, that was one of my big dumb mistakes that I made in my life, where I followed him to college and gave up my soccer scholarship. I ended up moving back to Arizona to continue my scholarship later on, but then after like a month I missed him too much and I ended up moving back, and it was just this whole huge mess. But I say all that to say that I changed my entire life for this guy, and I was only in my early 20s. And I hear this story way too often from women where they gave up their dream or gave up their goals to follow a guy, to stay with a guy, because they don't know what they would do without him. And that is exactly how I felt. This person I felt like I was very in love with. I think that he was the very first guy that I ended up being in love with, and I thought I was going to marry this person. I didn't know what I would do without him. I was the type where I couldn't be out of a relationship. Like, I had never really been out of a relationship for more than a couple months since middle school, and I felt like, what would I do without somebody? Very codependent, very much not confident in myself, and I don't know, I was young. I mean, my dad was pretty much gone like half my life in the military, so it was just me and my mom. So maybe I was looking for that, like, I don't know, male connection. The two could connect, but I just always felt like I needed to be with somebody. Now, fast forward to the end of our relationship. One day I was at his house and he just wasn't putting in effort. Remember, I told you, like, I thought I was going to marry this dude. Like, nothing he did could make me leave him. We did have one 5-month breakup, and then he came back, and then we got back together, and I found out all this stuff and whatever. We were working things out. I felt like I could not let this dude go. Like, he was the one. What would I do without him? So one day we're sitting in his house. He already hadn't been putting in effort, and I wasn't really feeling much from the relationship. So he's just sitting on the couch there. He's far away from me. He wasn't even sitting next to me at this point. He's just on his phone. And I got up and I was like, I can't take this anymore. I walked out of his house. I walked to my car. He followed me and he's like, where are you going? And I was like, I don't want to be in this relationship anymore. Like, there's no effort. Nothing is happening. Nothing about this relationship is making me feel good right now and feel like I should be in it. And I drove away. Like, he was like, Larissa, what are you talking about? Like, where are you going? And I drove away. And I will admit, Like, we were together for 5 years, so I would see him off and on, but we had always gotten back together, and this time I was like, I'm not gonna get back with him. And that was one of the hardest decisions I had to make, because I didn't have strength in myself to leave anybody. Like, I didn't have strength at all to be by myself in any way. I didn't have any family in Houston, because remember, I moved to Texas for him. I now lived in Houston where his family lived, and I lived by myself. Like, I didn't have any family. I didn't have anybody. I didn't want to, I'm from Arizona. I didn't want to go back to Arizona. And so I left, and we actually never ended up getting back together. Like I said, we ended up seeing each other, and then I'll have to explain in another video, but I ended up getting pregnant. So now I have a beautiful 4-year-old from somebody else. But I just want to say, I have been single now for about 4 to 5 years, and I feel so good. Like, I hear so many of my friends and so many of my sister's friends who just stay in these toxic relationships with these men who treat them horribly, who completely take advantage of them, who mooch off of them, who do all these different things, and the girl just stays. And I'm one of those girls who knows what it's like to stay. I have stayed in relationships for far too long than I should have, but the point is that it is okay to leave. Like, you are going to be just fine. One guy is not your entire life and your entire world. Like, we may think that it is in the moment that we are with them, but if you just take the time to let yourself heal, and I'm not talking about a couple months, because 3 months from that long of a relationship, 3 months from even, I feel like, a year relationship is just not enough time to heal from somebody properly. Like, you are okay, girl. You do not need a guy to function. You do not need a guy to be happy to live this life. Like, find some girlfriends. I'm in real estate now. I have a whole group of girls, a whole community of girls, from soccer, from real estate, even guy friends. Like, it is going to be okay. You will heal from it. Just please do not stay in situations or relationships that you know are not right for you because you think that you cannot live without somebody. That is a crazy thing to think when there's so many people in this world, especially if he treats you bad. There are so many guys in this world who will treat you good, and that's a whole nother video on having a high vibration and walking in, you know, the state of who you want to be to attract the person that you want, who can fulfill all the desires that you need. And I know that it is so hard. Like I said, I spent time in relationships and even situationships for such a long time that just didn't serve me in any type of way. And I feel like I'm finally at a space in my life where I still talk to people here and there, but it's like I know exactly what I want, and I know exactly how I want to be treated, and I'm not really gonna settle for anything less, because I am okay by myself. I think that we're all okay by ourselves. So I just wanted to come on here and give a little story time. This is my first talking video on YouTube. If you know me, you know I do music, and that's primarily what my page is. But I will now be doing more motivational, mental health type of videos, and we are growing together because I still consider myself half of a mess. So we are raising our standards now from this point on, girlies, because we deserve the best and nothing but the best. But thank you for watching. I know it's my first talking video, but hey, if you liked it, subscribe, like, comment if you want, or comment some of your stories. I think we can all kind of relate to being stuck in a relationship at one point or thinking we can't live without somebody, but we're good and we're gonna find that person who treats us like a queen. Okay guys, bye.